Hello guys, it's Blake Grayson here, and today I told you I was going to do another react video on my last video, but unfortunately I deleted it because, I don't know, I didn't think it was good enough, the edits weren't good, so basically we're watching this by Mr. I'll be right back. I love you guys, I'll be right back. Okay guys, I'm back. So of course this is by Mr. Nightmare, one of my favorite channels. Go check him out. But yeah, these are 3 creepy lockdown stories by Mr. Nightmare.
This is something you guys have been requesting the hell out of for a long time. It took a lot of time, but I finally found 3 stories that take place during school lockdowns.
Turn your volume up. I'm not.
It was a typical boring day in calculus, only it was Friday, 7th period, meaning the week was almost over and spring break would finally be upon us. So everybody was getting antsy in their seats, I could tell. We didn't have a test that day like a lot of my friends did with their other teachers, so our teacher in the middle of class just decided to start playing games with us on Sporkle.com.
I like that game.
He was a very laid-back teacher like that. As we were doing some...
You mean like this? What's up, bitches? Welcome to class. I'm just kidding. I know this is gonna be scary.
Ran a logo quiz on Sporkle. I remember the exact moment it happened.
Nike.
Right after my friend answered a question, I remember the exact answer too, Adidas. The dean's voice came through the loudspeaker. He sounded panicked and frantic as he told all the teachers this was not a drill and to go into lockdown. I actually got the chills, and I got goosebumps on my arms as our usually laid-back teacher, too, seemed panicked as he ran to turn off the lights and ushered us to the back corner of the room.
Kind of scared,
we all sat in silence for about 2 minutes, and then the usual buzzing that came from a panel in the back of the room ceased, indicating that the school must have cut all the power. We all looked at each other, realizing this must be serious. A few more minutes of waiting later, we heard a man screaming at the top of his lungs coming down the hallway.
No. You turn your volume up. I'm turning mine down. Sorry.
Banging on the lockers while screaming, "I'll kill all of you." It was at that moment that I started to fear for my life. My teacher shushed us as we all looked at each other to see our peers' reactions. The banging then moved from the lockers to our classroom door.
Of course it did.
And that's when one of the crying girls screamed no.
Shut the heck
the banging
up!
on the door only grew worse as the man started screaming.
Shut up! You idiot!
2 of the
Shut
girls
up!
in class were crying out loud now. It felt like an eternity that man was pounding at the door. But eventually, he finally continued down the hallway, screaming like a mentally insane person, until we could not hear him anymore. I'd say 10 minutes later, though it felt like half an hour given the situation, the dean came back on the loudspeaker explaining the situation, which was surprising for him to do. He explained that some apparently mentally unstable person entered the building and assaulted the woman sitting at the front desk, causing her to flee the building screaming.
Fat lady.
Wasn't sure if the man
I'm
was
out of
armed
here.
or not. Now this was before the school had cameras or could afford proper security, so the school was wide open to something like this happening. The staff had done a sweep of all the hallways and classrooms and couldn't find him, so the dean instructed the teachers to resume teaching, but to keep all the doors locked, and to not let any students leave for any reasons. The most disturbing part, however, is that one of the janitors working the night shift found the man sleeping in one of the storage closets.
Wait, do y'all guys see that shadow in the back? No, I'm not even kidding. Y'all see it by the light?
As it's near the back end of the school, and according to rumors that were spread by my peers, sticking out of his pocket was a .44 Magnum. The janitor must have done something stupid to wake him up, for example, leaving the closet door open, because by the time a police officer could arrive on the scene, the man was gone. My entire class, as far as I know, to this day, has no idea if this man was ever found, but I like to think that right now, he's being given the proper help that...
Yeah, death. That's the help he needs. Or some freaking mental hospital. Or, no.
What he needs. My school has 2 lunch periods.
Same.
First lunch period is for all 6th graders and some 7th graders. The second lunch period is for the other half of the 7th graders and all 8th graders. The lockdown happened in the beginning of October.
See, let me just point something out to y'all. This is why I hate school. Like, you're not gonna learn anything. You're gonna forget it in a few years. Like, and this, like, lockdowns. I'm terrified of lockdowns. Like, if it's not a drill. If the dean's on the loudspeaker and he's like, "This is not a drill, bitches. This is not a drill." No, if he was ever like, he was like, "This is not a drill, peoples. This is not a drill. This is for real. This is for real. This is for real. You ain't gonna do this." No, I would go. I'd run. I'd just.
The day the lockdown occurred, it was overcast and rainy.
I gotta pee.
During the first lunch period, I heard 4 loud booms. I personally thought it was thunder, but the entire lunch crowd started screaming. I was thinking those kids were just
Well, you crazy.
serious pussies, but the campus security came in and started yelling at people to go into the multi-purpose room.
Oh,
And the
that's how you
kids
know
who
it's
were in
real.
line buying lunch had to throw out their lunch and come inside.
Oh,
Me
oh,
and some friends went inside the
oh, heck no. I ain't throwing out my lunch. I can die, but I will eat my lunch. You ain't gonna make me throw out my lunch. I'd be like, I gotta put everything in my pocket, like my hamburger, my sandwich, my milk, my fries. Like, put it in your pocket. Like, I would not throw out my lunch.
room along with a huge group of other kids. Everyone was curious as to what was happening. Our multi-purpose room is huge, and the back wall of the room is made of see-through glass. When me and my friends were rushed inside the campus, security
with
was
my
covering the
eyes.
glass with the curtains, and there were adults at every exit. My friend Eric was curious, as well as the rest of us, so he asked one of the adults what was going on. When he came back, he said, "You know how right in front of TMS there's those houses?" I replied, "Yeah." "There's this mentally disabled, crazy man that barricaded himself in front of his house, and he's threatening to commit suicide and kill the cops if he's evicted. He was walking around outside of school watching kids in a weird way," Eric told us. It turned out the man was also a registered sex offender, making matters worse. We were stuck in the multi-purpose room for a whole hour, taking up 2 periods. After the whole thing was settled, we were escorted to our classrooms one by one. I later found out that the man lives next to my friend Brandy, who told me about the previous Halloween when she saw the same man at his window cutting his arm and writing in his own blood, "Don't come here or I'll kill you," on his window.
I would
Of
go.
course, being Halloween, people, including Brandy, assumed it was just for the holiday. But
This is a
after
jump
this
scare.
horrific incident, we knew this man was mental, and we're glad he never got near us.
Story 3. Last story, guys.
I'm 22 years old, fresh out of college, and I recently got a job at my old high school as a sort of computer intern in the school basement. The basement of the school is very messy and disorganized, but there is a small 3-person office that's actually very nice down there. It has 3 nice big desks, 2 mini fridges, a flat screen TV mounted on the wall, and oh so satisfying air conditioning, a luxury the students and teachers cannot enjoy in the school. And of course all the school servers and other computery stuff.
Computery stuff.
I got the job because 3 of my old computer teachers flat out adored me. I could actually consider them as real friends, not just teacher
Ooh,
figures.
that's cool.
So they all helped tremendously in landing me this job. It's been great, until something that happened a few weeks ago. My 2 co-workers that shared the office with me, Dave and Gary, weren't in the office at the time. They were upstairs working on papers or whatever.
Or whatever.
I was eating my sandwich during my lunch break when I got a phone call from one of the women in the front office telling me the school was on
Guys, I gotta
lockdown
go to the
and that
restroom. I'll be
somebody
right back. Alright, guys, I'm back to finish the reaction. Let me just tell you, like, rewind a little bit. Actually, no, it's not.
day, like a lot of my friends did with
Oh,
their other.
crap.
Somebody, possibly armed, had entered the school.
Okay, this is where we were.
There wasn't much that I could do other than turn off the lights because, surprisingly, as nice as this little office was, it didn't have an actual door to it, just a big opening, and the door to the whole basement didn't even have a working lock. For my own safety, I did turn off all the lights in the office and my computer screen. I kept my phone on the desk, texting both Gary and Dave, but they wouldn't respond. I sat down there in the dark, playing games on my phone for like 20 minutes, waiting for the call from up front to tell me to resume working. I had no idea what was happening. I couldn't hear what was going on upstairs from down here, but I was not allowed to make any calls until I was informed that the lockdown was over. Then the noisy basement door opened. As the creaking echoed across the basement and into my office, I sat up from my seat, wondering if I should call out Gary or Dave. I was eager to get some info from them. Someone then came running down the stairs, and their footsteps were approaching my office. I pushed away my chair and crawled under my desk. Somebody entered the office, but did not turn on the lights.
That's good.
There was just silence. I can't even describe the fear I was experiencing. I felt like if I made one sudden noise, I'd be a dead man. Suddenly, my phone dinged as I got a text message.
No.
I felt my entire world shrivel up and die at that one moment as I clenched my teeth in fear. Footsteps suddenly moved closer to me until I finally dove out from under the desk in capitulation, begging whoever it was not to kill me. And just then, someone grabbed my arm and pulled me up. It was some guy in a red plaid button-up jeans and a red...
Hold up. If $10, that's the shooter? Yeah, let's see.
Black cap. He told me, "It's okay, I'm just down here hiding with you." "What's going on up there?" I whispered to him. He kind of ignored my question and asked me if there's an exit down here. I told him, "Yeah, around that way." Before he could do anything else, I asked him, "Who are you?" There was a brief moment of silence. Before he started explaining, he was coming in to pick up his son when a teacher told him to hide.
Bullcrap.
After his explanation, I checked my phone and saw the text I received was from Dave. It said, "Dude, this is fucking crazy. Some guy with a gun shot Mr. Buckley. He's wearing a red shirt and a hat."
I called it. Anyway, guys, I'm not gonna go through the whole video. Actually, no.
"Whatever you do, don't come upstairs." I was about to reread that text out loud to the man until I realized. I looked up and felt my stomach sink. The man seemed to catch on to my suspicious stare. Panicking, all I could think to do was to run for the upstairs. A gunshot echoed through the basement, and I could hear the bullet ricochet off something metal in the darkness. But thank God the bullet missed me, and I made it upstairs. Fortunately, police were waiting at all exits, including the basement exit, and caught the man the second he opened the door. More good news, our teacher, Mr. Buckley, survived the gunshot.
Good job, Mr. Buckley.
It was later determined that the man and Mr. Buckley had some beef for whatever reason, but that was never revealed. All we know is that Mr. Buckley couldn't have done anything that would have warranted this kind of reaction. And I know that the sound of that gunshot will forever echo in my mind.
Yeah. Thanks for watching. Twitter.com Mr_Nightmare. So guys, that was the reaction. And if you did like it, then I want you to hit that subscribe button, like it, and I love you all. And I'll see you guys next time. 1, 2, 3, dab with me, yo!